Hi all, today's topic is conformal mapping. What do you mean by conformal mapping? A function w equal to f of z is called as a mapping or transformation function. What is the definition for conformal means? A transformation that preserve angle between every pair of the curves through a point in a magnitude and in a sense both is called as a conformal at that point. Okay, so there are varieties how it can be classified. There are actually four types according to our syllabus, only three. So first is magnification, second is magnification and rotation, third is inversion and reflection. So what do you mean by these and all means? Okay, for example, if the plane is a plane, with the example itself I'll explain. The particular types it will not be mentioned. According to the problem wise only we can identify the types. Suppose the Z plane is a given question. Z plane is nothing but any this conformal mapping. Surely you have to draw a diagram for a conformal mapping. For a Z plane and W plane compulsorily you have to draw a diagram. The marks will be there. So compulsorily every question, conformal question, it may be 2 mark question or it may be 4 mark question or it may be 8 mark, 10 mark. Okay, whatever the mark allotment. Compulsorily we have to draw a diagram for this. Z plane diagram we have to draw. Z plane is nothing but the given question x and y axis, the given question. According to that, plot it in the Z plane rough diagram, not the exact diagram. Rough diagram is enough. So according to the Z plane, the conversion is nothing but from a Z plane we are going to convert it into a W plane. Okay, so that is called with respect to the parameter also will change x-axis and y-axis. Here the x-axis we are taking to be Z plane, we are taking to be x and y. But when we convert to W plane, all the diagram, the x-axis will be a U and y-axis will be a V. U x-axis and y-axis considered to be V. So the change of the diagram, whatever after a conversion, whatever the given question, you are going to convert it and into a W plane, you get one answer. According to the answer, you are going to draw a W plane diagram. So that only according to the conclusion, whatever you get the final solution, according to that only we can classify it is a magnification or it is a rotation. From the question also sometimes you can identify inversion. So like that you can identify. General procedures are for a W plane. For example, the first classification is nothing but magnification. So it is nothing but W is nothing but alpha into Z is called as a magnification. So magnification, how we have to do alpha into Z is nothing but already we know that alpha into Z. Okay, alpha into Z means alpha times the classification. For example, if it is a rectangle, the same rectangle only will be a W plane. But the shape of the triangle will be a little bigger. Okay, if it's a square, if it is a square, okay, then the shape of the square will increase. Okay, so like that the shape only, the size of the diagram will be increase. It's called as a magnification. So next will be a rotation. So exact you are going to rotate it for 90 degree or 80 degree, like that you heard. No, your mobile can rotate to 360 degree. So like that some cases you have heard the information. The same thing we are doing in this also. So the rotation for a W plane is nothing but Z into e to the power I alpha. So for example, Z is nothing but we know that R into e to the power I theta. According to that, you change this is called the corresponding coefficient is called magnitude, and amplitude is nothing but some whatever the angle. So it is theta plus alpha is the angle. So I am rotated. The same diagram I rotated means the shape will be like this. So if I rotate it like this, anti-clockwise. Okay, so inversion, the third classification is inversion. Inversion means W is nothing but 1 by Z. Any question is given, it's given to be inversion. Inversion already we know that is Z is nothing but R into e to the power I theta. Everywhere R is nothing but Z is nothing but R into e to the power I theta. Where you heard this, you heard in a polar form. Remember this, when conversion of any polar form, we have here this. Z is nothing but R into e to the power I theta. The same way, when 1 by z means 1 by r into e to the power I theta. So separate the term 1 by r e to the power minus I into theta. So the corresponding coefficient 1 by r is a magnitude, and same way amplitude is nothing but minus theta is the amplitude. I have to leave it as it is. So it is given in the question I. So minus theta means the angle will be like this. So the W plane for inverse will be like this, the shape. So this is a general. These are all will not be asked. Only understand this concept we are going to do in the problem wise. So how final conclusion diagram wise you are going to draw on how we have to do that only. So the first problem in this, find the image of the rectangular region in the Z plane bounded by the line. It is given in the question under the transformation. Here they mentioned which transformation you have to do. This is like a alpha into what it is. Alpha into itself you can guess which it is. Normally I have told all the classification. 1 by Z means inversion. Rotation means something plus will come. So now it is alpha into means it's a magnification. So conclusion without doing a problem itself you can conclusion you can guess the diagram will be little shape will be a little bigger only. Whatever the shape original is at plane, little bigger only you are going to get. So like that you can guess and you can do the problem, start doing the problem. So now what we have to do when you do in the problem, whatever the transformation given in the question, first that we have to take it as it is. W equal to 2z is given in the question. We know that W is nothing but U plus IV. So U plus IV is mentioned to be W. Okay, W plane is nothing but with respect to x axis plus I into V y axis. So same way Z is nothing but x plus IY. So separate the terms so that you will get your U and V separate. So separate the term, expand it. Sometimes expansion you may get apply the formula and separate it. So now you separate it. Yes, separated. Real part separate and imaginary part separate. You write real part. It is nothing but real part is nothing but u. U is real part. So u equal to 2x. So imaginary part v. V separate you write. V is nothing but 2y. So we got u equal to 2x and v equal to 2y. So what are all the given some parameters are given, so that I am going to plot it. Before plotting, first I will calculate what answer I am getting. I will calculate all the parameter. You take it, put x equal to 0 like a table format you do, so that you will not get any confusion. X equal to 2 and y equal to 0 and y equal to 1. So yes, no, given answer you should get. So whatever the corresponding answer, new table. This is x, y, z is nothing but z plane. So this is W plane. We are going to get the answer to be W plane. For example, x equal to 0, put in this u equal to 0. So W plane we are getting. Same way, x equal to 2, you put 2 means u equal to 4. So same way, y equal to 0 in this, v equal to 0. Now y equal to 1 when I put v equal to 2. So I got the answer. So this is Z plane diagram. This is W plane. After this, that's all. We have to draw a diagram, then conclusion we have to write. Your problem will be completed. This is the way we have to do for a conformal mapping. So I will draw for a Z plane. Compulsorily you have to draw a diagram, rough diagram. Okay. So this is Z plane diagram. So x axis, y axis, everything you have to write roughly. It's enough. Y axis. This is U plane. V. This is which plane? W plane. Diagram for W plane. Compulsorily whatever I write, the as it is, you have to draw it like this, the same way. So it is mentioned to be y equal to 0. Y equal to 0. One by one I will draw y equal to 0. It's like this line is called y equal to 0, and x equal to 0. X equal to 0, this line x equal to 0, and y equal to 1. Y equal to 1, where it is here 1 for the point I mark. Y equal to 1, completed, and x equal to 2. X equal to 2, somewhere here 1, here 2. So x equal to 2. So completed. This is our diagram. So shade it. See, shading compulsorily you have to do. Shade it. Anything. You can shade it with anything or brush. Normally do it with like this shading. Okay, completed. Same way We have to do it for a W plane. Completed, no? Completed. Same way, I will do it for a W plane. Same thing, whatever the data given, v equal to 0 and u equal to 0. So, v equal to 0 here and u equal to 0 here. And it is mentioned to be v equal to 2. So, v equal to 2, little bigger. So, v equal to 2 here, v equal to 2. And u equal to 4. 4 means little bigger. Till here, till end. Or you can extend and draw, no problem at all. Okay. I will erase and draw so that then only you know the shape. It's little bigger. You this is 4. Okay. So equal to 4. Now shade it. Now you shape. So now after diagram, write a conclusion. Conclusion, what you have to write? What is the conclusion you are getting? Okay, sometimes twice and sometimes thrice, sometimes 4 times. So whatever that. So in your general, your own sentence. So the rectangle, its own sentence is enough. Okay, but you have to write compulsorily a conclusion. So in the rectangular in a Z plane is mapped into W plane. It is mapped, no. Z plane to W plane it is mapped because without mapping I cannot do anything. So I have mapped and it is a magnified twice or magnification I am getting twice. Magnified twice. So this is our transformation. This is called transformation or this is called the conclusion. Thank you.